The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the small town of Maplewood. The streets were quiet, save for the occasional chirping of crickets and the distant hum of a car engine. In a modest house on the edge of town, 17-year-old Ethan Carter sat by the window, his wheelchair positioned perfectly to catch the last rays of sunlight. His hands rested limply on the armrests, his body paralyzed from the neck down after a tragic car accident 2 years ago. But his mind was as sharp as ever, racing with ideas, dreams, and an unyielding determination to prove that even in his condition, he could achieve the impossible. Ethan had always been a curious child, tinkering with gadgets, building robots, and dreaming of becoming an engineer. The accident had shattered his body but not his spirit. With the help of his best friend, Mia, and his supportive family, Ethan had adapted to his new reality. He used a voice-activated computer to communicate, a specially designed headset to control his wheelchair, and a team of caregivers to assist him with daily tasks. But Ethan wanted more. He wanted to do something extraordinary, something no one else had done before. One evening, as Mia sat cross-legged on the floor of Ethan's room, scrolling through her tablet, she stumbled upon an article about a national robotics competition. The challenge was to create an innovative robot that could solve a real-world problem. The grand prize: a full scholarship to the prestigious Techridge University and a chance to present the invention at an international tech conference. "Ethan, you have to see this," Mia exclaimed, her eyes wide with excitement. She turned the tablet toward him, and Ethan's eyes lit up as he read the details. This was it, the opportunity he had been waiting for. "I'm entering the competition," Ethan said, his voice steady and resolute. Mia grinned. "I knew you'd say that. But how are you going to build a robot? You can't exactly solder circuits or assemble parts." Ethan's lips curved into a sly smile. "I may not be able to use my hands, but I've got something even better, my brain. And you're my hands, Mia. Together, we're going to build something incredible." Over the next few months, Ethan and Mia poured their hearts and souls into the project. Ethan spent countless hours researching, designing, and programming, using his voice-activated software to code and simulate the robot's functions. Mia, with her knack for engineering and endless patience, brought Ethan's ideas to life, meticulously assembling the robot piece by piece. They called their creation Helios, a sleek, solar-powered robot designed to assist people with disabilities. Helios could perform tasks like fetching objects, opening doors, and even helping with physical therapy exercises. But what set Helios apart was its AI-driven interface, which allowed users to control it using only their voice or even subtle facial expressions. It was a groundbreaking invention, one that had the potential to change lives. As the competition deadline approached, Ethan and Mia worked tirelessly, often staying up late into the night. There were setbacks, of course, failed prototypes, software glitches, and moments of doubt. But Ethan refused to give up. He was paralyzed, but he was unstoppable. The day of the competition arrived, and the atmosphere at the Techridge Convention Center was electric. Teams from across the country showcased their inventions, from drones to AI-powered devices. Ethan and Mia wheeled Helios onto the stage, their hearts pounding with anticipation. The judges were skeptical at first. How could a paralyzed teenager and his friend have created something so advanced? But as Ethan demonstrated Helios's capabilities, their skepticism turned to awe. Helios moved seamlessly across the stage, responding to Ethan's commands with precision. It fetched a water bottle, opened a door, and even performed a series of physical therapy exercises on a dummy. The crowd erupted into applause, and the judges were visibly impressed. But the real test came during the Q&A session. One of the judges, a renowned robotics expert, leaned forward and asked, "Ethan, your invention is remarkable. But how do you respond to those who say you couldn't have done this on your own?" Ethan paused, his gaze steady. "I didn't do this on my own. I had the support of my family, my best friend Mia, and countless others who believed in me. But the ideas, the designs, the determination, those came from me. Being paralyzed doesn't mean I'm powerless. It just means I have to find a different way to do things. And that's what Helios is all about, finding a way to overcome obstacles and make the impossible possible." The room fell silent, and then, slowly, the applause began again, louder and more heartfelt than before. When the winners were announced, Ethan and Mia held their breath. The host stepped onto the stage, a golden envelope in hand. "And the grand prize goes to Ethan Carter and Mia Rodriguez for their invention, Helios." The crowd erupted into cheers as Mia hugged Ethan tightly, tears streaming down her face. Ethan's heart swelled with pride and gratitude. He had done it. Against all odds, he had achieved something no one else could. As they accepted the award, Ethan looked out at the sea of faces, his voice strong and clear. "This is just the beginning. Helios is more than a robot. It's a symbol of hope, a reminder that no matter what challenges we face, we have the power to overcome them. Thank you for believing in us." In the months that followed, Ethan and Mia's lives changed in ways they never imagined. Helios was featured in tech magazines, and companies lined up to invest in its development. Ethan received his scholarship to Techridge University, where he continued to innovate and inspire. Mia, too, pursued her passion for engineering, her bond with Ethan stronger than ever. But for Ethan, the greatest reward was knowing that he had made a difference. Helios was helping people with disabilities regain their independence, one small task at a time. And as he sat in his wheelchair, gazing out at the sunset, Ethan knew that he was living proof of one simple truth. No matter how life tries to hold you down, you can always rise above it. Paralyzed but unstoppable, Ethan Carter had done what no one else could. And his journey was far from over.